Good morning. The scenario has changed, as you can see. So I'm still here in Sarasota, but I cannot teach anymore from the yoga studio. It's closed. So this is the settings now we have, and I apologize since the beginning because I have 3 dogs and I've locked the dogs in different parts of the house, but I guess you can see them starting to bark. So I hope we can get along with what we have. I hope we can adapt, all of us, to what we have. And this morning when I was preparing all the setting and the lights and everything, I felt like I was trapped. I was trapped in my house. I was stuck with the dogs, and I knew they are barkers. I was worried. And then I choose not to be. I choose freedom instead of worried. Even if sometimes, and this time especially, we cannot talk so much about freedom because we need to stay inside, we need to be in our houses, not to go around so much. But if you can change your attitude, you can find freedom, even if you feel trapped like me in my house with my 3 barking dogs. So I invite you to sit well, to gather your props around. I have a bolster, a blanket, and 2 blocks. To close your eyes and to choose your infinite freedom. You have freedom to choose how you feel. Even if you don't have the freedom to change the situation, even if you need to teach from your house, out of your comfort zone, with my 3 barking dog, I can choose to be free. And you can choose the same. Let your breath flow. And find the freedom of your inhalation, the freedom of your exhalation while you adjust your seated position. While you invite your shoulders on top of your hips, your chin on top of your chest, and you let the breath flow. And you can also choose freedom during your practice. You can choose to prop yourself a little bit higher, to not go deep into a pose which is not serving your body at the right moment. Or maybe to go deeper into a pose because that's exactly what you need. So close your eyes and choose freedom. Svatantriya in Sanskrit, the infinite freedom. We are expression of that, even if we always forget that. Or most of the time we do. Let your breath flow, front body and back body. Eyes are closed, they are relaxed, jaw is soft. One more nice long deep inhalation to explore. One more nice deep exhalation to explore. And on your next inhalation, you can slowly and gently open the eyes, allowing them to get used to the light, your natural light or the artificial light, like in my case. Take all the time you need. And on your next inhalation, reach your arms up, touch the sky. Exhale, press the ear down, growing taller through the crown of your head. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, press the ear down. One more time, inhale, arms up, choose freedom, express it. Exhale, place your hands down in front of your heart. Inhale, be bright inside. Exhale, enjoy the freedom of your choices, especially when times are challenging. Inhale, lift your arms up, touch the sky. Exhale, press the ear down. Place your hands framing your hips, lean slightly back. Stretch your legs forward, spread your toes. Give your right knee a nice good hug. Sit tall. Slide the heel down, legs straight one more time. Left knee a nice good hug. Sit tall. And lower slide the heel down to the ground. Place your hands framing your hips. Inhale and place your feet in front of your hips. Have your feet keep distance apart. Lift your heart towards your knees, and when you exhale, you slowly lower down to the mat. Invite your feet closer to your sit bones. Inhale, right knee to your chest one more time. Extend the leg all the way up to the sky. Press the left foot down. Bend this knee again toward your chest. One hand on the front of the left thigh, right hand on top of the right knee, and draw 3 circles, checking in with the hip. In general, you go clockwise when you begin, most of us, and then you can go counterclockwise. And maybe these circles can become a little bit bigger. And then inhale, give your knee a nice good hug. Reach your legs straight all the way up to the sky. Bend the knee towards your chest. Invite your right knee closer to your right armpit and place both hands to the back of the right thigh. Lift the shin perpendicular to the floor, flex the foot. Hug into the midline with the opposite leg. It tends to open to the left. Half happy baby with one leg bend, one knee bend. Then inhale and extend the right leg. Exhale and lower the leg all the way to the ground. And when it touches down, give it a good stretch. Add arms, so arms reaching back and overhead. Side body gets longer. And bend the right knee again, sole of the foot flat to the floor. Inhale, left knee to the chest. Nice hug. Lift the leg, straight it up to the sky. Push through the big toe ball mound. Bend the left knee one more time to the chest. One hand, right hand on the opposite thigh. Left hand on top of the left knee and draw your 3 circles or more if you go faster. Checking in on the hips, and then you switch the direction and you notice the difference from side to side. One hip in general, let go more. The opposite hip is tighter. Keep the right knee facing the ceiling. Then come back with this knee, guide your left knee towards your chest one more time, more toward your armpit. Place both hands on the back of the left thigh, press down, and the shin lifts perpendicular to the floor, so you are in a half happy baby. Then inhale and straighten the leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, lower the leg to the ground. Inhale, right arms back and overhead, nice good body stretch. Exhale, bend the knee, sole of the foot flat to the floor. Inhale, both knees toward your chest and draw your 3 circles with both hips. And then you reverse the direction so you know what's going on with your hips. Tighter or open. Keep on pushing through the big toe ball mound of the both feet. Inhale, both knees toward your chest. Exhale and all the way up with the legs toward the sky. Keep the right leg where it is. Bend the left knee. Give it a hug. Lower your right leg straight toward the ground. Right hand on the outside of the left knee. Drop the left arm by your side in a big T, palms facing the sky. When you exhale, with your right hand on the outside of your left knee, you guide this knee across the line, across the midline, feeling a little bit of a twist in the back bend here. And back you come to the center. Inhale, stretch your leg all the way up. Bend the right knee to the chest, stretch the right leg all the way up. Bend the left knee, give it a hug. Bend your right knee, give it a hug. Land your left leg straight, go slowly, and when you go, you keep on lengthening and extending. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Right arm drops by your side, palms up in a big T. Exhale, Parivartanasana, supine twist to the left. So you are guiding your right knee to cross the midline of the body. Inhale, come back to the center. And keep your right knee toward your chest. Lift the left leg up to the sky. Bend both knees. Guide both knees toward your armpits. Both hands on the back of the thigh. Press down with your hands. Invite your sit bones a little bit closer down to the mat. So the low back arches. And then up you go. with your shins perpendicular to the floor. And you can stay here in this happy baby with the hands pressing the back of the thigh, or you can reach higher with your hands grabbing the outer edges of your feet. And while you do that, you invite the knees toward your armpit, and you see if you can keep your lumbar curve and the chest open. One breath here. Exhale, one cobbler, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Inhale, one wide angle on your back, legs open wide. Externally rotate your legs, toes are facing the mat, heels are facing the sky. Exhale, back to the cobbler. Inhale, it's your happy baby. Exhale, cross your favored shin in front, grab your feet. You can rock a couple of times on your back until you find the momentum to rise, or you can extend your right arm overhead, roll all the way to the right, and then press up. I like rolling a couple of times because that feels good on my back. And when you find the momentum, you inhale and you roll all the way forward, taking your flex tabletop position. Wrist under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Treat yourself well, placing a blanket under the knees. Exhale, press down with your toes and drop the tailbone, rounding your back. Inhale, sit bones up and chest opens in the purring cat. And exhale to round. And inhale to open. And one more time, exhale and round. Dropping the tailbone, rounding the upper back. Inhale, sit bones up. Inner thighs are reaching back. Chest is reaching forward. Find a neutral position with your spine. Bend your elbows and come closer to the ground with your chest. Inhale, slide forward a little bit. Exhale and fold back into your extended child. Inhale up, it's flat table. Exhale, bend your knees, come closer to the mat with your chest. Slide your chest a little bit forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold back. One more time. Inhale, it's a flat table. Exhale, your chest come toward your thumbs, hugging the side body with your arms. Slide a little bit forward like you are preparing cobra, and roll back. Inhale, it's your flat table again. Right leg goes back, give it a good stretch. And right knee drops down. Left leg goes back, give it a good stretch. Left knee drops down. Bend your elbows and invite your chest closer to the mat. Pause here. Press up. Right leg back. Left leg back. Find your plank. Tailbone in. And front of the thigh press into the back of the thigh. Back of your head pressing up toward the sky. Soften between the shoulder blades. Bend your knees. Widen the sit bones. Invite your feet hip distance apart. Explore your bend knee downward facing dog. Find your lumbar curve. Inner thighs are reaching back. Knuckles are pressing down. And fingertips are clawing the mat. Inhale up on the tippy toes. Exhale, walk your dog. Bending your knees one at a time. You can go slower. You can go faster. Explore your hamstrings. Check in with your hips. Low back. Shoulder blades and shoulder. All the way down into your arms. Down into your foundation, your hands. And hug everything into the midline. Bend both knees. Extend both legs, heels down. Bend both knees. Extend both legs, heels down. Bend both knees. Extend both legs, heels down. Pause here, side body gets longer. Inhale, rock forward, take your plank. Exhale, land with your knees. Pause here. And then land your chest. Slide forward. Lower the forehead. Place your hands wider than the mat in front of your shoulders. Fingertips are down. Bring the tailbone in. Inhale. And start to dance your cobra. Moving the shoulder blades down and to the side. And you can stay low with the ribs, or you can come a little bit higher. Express your freedom. What is your freedom? Are you choosing to breathe freely, or you're choosing to tense the body in order to go higher. Find the freedom of your movements, find the freedom of your breath. Your choices can set you free. Inhale, rise a little bit higher, strong legs. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Place your hands framing the side body. The legs are reaching back, tailbone reaches in. Inhale and tip of the shoulder blades toward one another in the back of your heart, and lift your heart and your hands so you're not touching the mat, but your legs are strong and you choose freedom of breath. So if you need, lower down. Exhale, release. Curl the toes under. Prepare to rise up in your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up, one leg dog. Hug into the midline. Push through the big toe ball mound. Exhale, knee to the nose, round your spine. Same leg reaches back. Open the hip to the side, one leg, wild dog. Bend the knee, heel to the sit bones. I love this pose. It's a twist, it's a back bend, it's a hip opening. And pause here. You can increase the twist and the back bend, looking above the left shoulder. Inner thighs are reaching toward one another. And the leg goes back, one leg dog, closing the hip. Downward facing dog. Express the pose with your freedom. From the core of the pelvis, down into your feet, up into your hands. Inhale, rock forward, take your plank. Exhale, land your knees, or with legs straight, touch the mat. Inhale, prepare the legs for cobra, tailbone in, and Bhujangasana, you rise. Exhale and you lower. And press up for your down dog again. And left leg up again. Check that the right foot is parallel to the long side of the mat. Hug into the midline with the inner thigh. Push through the big toe ball mounds. Toes are active. Open the left hip to the side. Bend the knee, exploring your wild dog. Inhale, lift your head above your right shoulder. Take a look at the foot up there. Foot is very active. Every part of your body is very active. When you feel free, your body sings. And back towards your one-leg dog. Exhale, knee to the nose. Round your spine, hold. Same leg goes back. Drop the foot down to the mat. Inhale, rock forward, take your plank. Exhale, land with your knees all the way with your legs straight. Release the forehead to the mat. Place your hands under your forehead. Make a pillow with your hands. Bring the tailbone in. Legs are really strong and engaged. The upper body doesn't lift. We are taking care of the lower body. So think about your legs, think about the inner thighs. Lift your legs, both of them, from the inner thighs. Roll the thighs in. Flex your feet and parallel your feet. So you need to invite the big toes more toward one another. You think you are pigeon-toeing your feet, but in this way they are parallel. Inhale, open your feet as wide as the mat. Exhale, close your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, open your feet as wide as the mat. And close hip distance apart. And inhale as wide as the mat. And exhale hip distance apart. And point your feet like you go for a ball, a dance. And lift your legs a little bit higher from the inner thighs. And exhale, release them down. Breathe here. Release the forehead down. Swing your arms back. Place the palms of your hands down. Lift the shoulders towards your ears and roll the shoulders back, up and back. Keep your arms framing the side body, palms down. Bring the tailbone in. Keep the legs down. Inhale, lift your heart. Just the heart. Hands are down. One breath here. Then lift your arms and explore the second part of this Shalabhasana. Just upper body. Legs are strong.
Exhale, lower down. Swing your arms under your forehead. Relax your legs. Push the knees down so the hips are lifting and swing them from side to side. And release the hips down. Prepare to rise, lowering the forehead on the ground. Hands framing the side body, curve the toes. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Pedal your dog a couple of times. Check the distance between your feet and your hands. So rock forward, find your plank. And when you get the plank with your shoulders, wrist on top under your shoulders, bend the knees and find again your down dog. So you make sure the down dog is not too short, even if your heels are not touching down. One more breath. Bend your knees. Walk forward to the front of the mat. Keep your chest to the thigh. Hands to the hips. Rise up halfway. Widen the sit bones. Find your lumbar curve. Shoulder blades are meeting to the back of your heart. At the back of your heart. Open the arms to the side. Root down into your feet to rise up with your lumbar curve touching the sky. Exhale, press the head down. Inhale, it's your Anjali Mudra. Be bright inside and receive what this first part, the warm-up, gave to the body. Did you express your freedom here? Or you were trapped? Exhale, lower down, arms by your side. Feet in a beautiful Tadasana, distance apart. Inhale, touch the sky, arms up, Urdhva. Exhale, bow to the earth, bending the knees, chest to the thigh, your legs straight. Inhale, halfway lift, long and flat back, tip of the shoulder blades toward one another. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, chest to the thigh. Open the arms in a big T, widen the sit bones. Inhale, rise up with the power of intentions, rooting down into your feet. Exhale, press the ear down. Inhale, it's your Anjali. Exhale and receive. Lower the arms by your side. One more time. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, bow to the earth. Knees bent or legs straight. Inhale, halfway lift, long and flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Shift the weight toward the big toes. Bend the knees, chest to the thigh. Open the arms to the side. Come up halfway. Find your lumbar curve. Neck is in line with your spine. Inhale, push down with your feet to rise up, keeping the lumbar curve. Exhale, press the ear down. Inhale, it's your Anjali. And be bright inside and receive. And arms down by your side. One more time. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, bow to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knee, right leg back, it's your runner's lunge. Land your right knee down. Inhale, place both hands on the front knee. Push down and round your spine to rise. Exhale, lower down closer to the ground. Push down, round and rise. And exhale, find your purring cat here. Chest opens, right hip closer to the ground. Push down, round and rise. And exhale, lower down. One more breath here. Hug the midline. And round to rise. Release the hands down. Curl the toes. Keep the fingertips down. Step your right knee meeting, your left knee meeting the right. Walk your hands forward. Look down. You should have your hips on top of the knees. Hands are a little bit wider than the mat. Exhale, Anahata Asana. Shoulders and heart opening pose. So go lower to the mat, keeping the tip of the shoulder blades moving toward one another. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Feel the chest, the heart opening. Feel the shoulders opening. Inhale, rise a little bit higher. Exhale, lower down. Keep the sit bones up. Inner thighs reaching back and up. Inhale, rise again. Place your hands, come back with your hands under the shoulders. Right leg back, left leg back. One breath here. Bend the knees, drop them down. Melt your heart, touching down, close to between your thumbs. Slide forward. Release the forehead down. Align up your arms with the side body, palms touching the thighs, legs and arms straight. Lift the shoulders toward your ears, roll them back and down, pause here, tailbone in, inhale, Shalabhasana, the full shape. Roll the thigh in, lift the inner thighs. Can you find your freedom? Exhale, lower down. Place your hands framing the side body. Bend the knees, press up. Exhale, fold back, extend the child. Inhale, rise, curl the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward. Land the left knee down. And place both hands on the front knee. Push down and round to rise. Just one time. We exhale, we lower down. Hug into the midline. Push down, rise. Land your hands. Curl the toes of the back foot. Back leg straightens. Inhale, spring forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Legs straight or knees bent. Open the arms to the side. Come up halfway, finding the lumbar curve. And push down into the feet, root down to rise up. Exhale, press you down. Inhale, it's Anjali Mudra. Exhale and release. Second leg. We go a little bit deeper into heart openings this second time with the second leg. So from Tadasana, inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, hands together, forward fold. Legs straight or knees bent. Inhale, halfway lift, long and flat back. Exhale, left leg back, left knee down. Both hands on the front knee. Push down and round to rise. And inhale, lower to lengthen. Open the arms to the side. Reach up and back. Invite the left hip a little bit closer to the mat. Exhale and reach forward. Land your hands. Front knee step. Meeting the back knee. Walk both hands in front of you, wider than the mat, little bit wider than the mat, or as wide as the mat, wider than the shoulders. Exhale, check that you start with your hips on top of the knees. Melt your heart. Anahata-asana. Inhale, rise. Exhale, melt. Inhale, rise. Exhale, melt. Inhale, rise. Last time, I really like this melt. Inhale, rise. Walk both hands under the shoulders. Right leg stretches back, left leg stretches back. Find your plank. Land your knees. Bend your elbows, touch down with your heart. Slide forward, preparing for Shalabhasana. Lower the forehead down. Swing your arms to the side all the way to the back. Tailbone in, strong legs, shoulders toward your ears, up, back and down. Inhale, Shalabhasana, the full shape. Reach the inner thighs a little bit higher. And breathe in your freedom. Exhale, lower down. Place your hands framing the side body. Push up, reach back, extend the chin. Inhale, rise, curl the toes. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward, runner's lunge. Land your right knee. Hug into the midline. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, land your hands to the front foot. Curl the toes of the back foot. Spring off the back leg. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Open the arms to the side. Inhale, halfway, all the way up, root down to rise. Reach up and back. And come forward, look forward. Exhale, it's your Anjali Mudra, hands in front of your heart. Receive here, be right inside. Exhale, lower down. Lower the arms down by your side. And receive. And enjoy the freedom of your movements. Enjoy the freedom in your practice. One more breath here. Inhale, open your eyes. And reach your arms back and up and back. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. And fold the body forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down. Hug into the midline. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, land your hands in front of the front foot. Curl the toes of the back foot. Step the front foot back, Palakasana plank. Land your knees. Bend your elbows, touch down with your heart. Slide forward. Inhale, find your Bhujangasana this time. Cobra. Exhale, lower down to the earth. Okay, from here, check your shape. So you have your arms bent, hands under your shoulders, more or less under the shoulders. See if you can keep your arms framing the side body while you lift the sit bones, swing your hips back and reach back until you can find your downward facing dog again. And enjoy this down dog. Hug into the midline. Express your freedom, the freedom of your choices in this shape. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward. Left knee down. Hug into the midline. Inhale, reach back and up. Exhale, land your hands in front of your heart. Touch down with the fingertips. Curl the toes of the back leg. Spring of the back leg, it's your halfway lift. And the exhalation takes you down in a forward fold. Open the arms to the side. Inhale, reverse one dive. Back and up. Exhale, look forward. And lower your arms, hands in front of your heart. Inhale, deep breath inside. And receive here. Lower the arms by your side. One more time, we repeat this. And it's the left leg. So, inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, forward fold, hands in front of your heart, touch down. Inhale, halfway lift, long and flat back. Exhale, left leg back, left knee down. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, and land your hands in front of, framing the front foot, curl the toes of the back foot up into your plank, Palakasana. Land your knees, bend your elbows. Inhale, slide forward and up into your cobra. Bring the tailbone in. Keep your low back broad. Lift the inner thigh. Can you express your freedom here? Exhale, lower down. And slide back the same way you came from. Exhale is your down dog. Enjoy the shape. Hug into the midline. Find the power of your freedom, the power of your choices. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale and drop your hands, framing the front foot. Curl the toes of the back foot, spring of the back leg. It's halfway lift. And then it's a forward fold, bowing to the earth. Shift your weight toward the big toes. Inhale, come up halfway, find your lumbar curve, arms open wide, and then touch the sky. And reach up and back. Exhale, come forward, look forward, hands in front of your heart. Exhale here once more and release your arms by your side. And enjoy the freedom of your breath, the freedom of your practice. Inhale, place your hands in front of your heart. Open your eyes. Turn around. So you are facing your computer and you are in the center of the mat, facing the long side of the mat. Step your feet wide. Breathe here. Inhale, lift your arms up, touch the sky. Exhale, fold the body forward, landing your hands under the shoulders. Long, nice, beautiful spine. Feet are parallel toward one another and to the short side of the mat. Drop the tailbone in slightly and firm your legs, inviting your feet toward one another without moving them. One breath there. Then if you need, bend your knees, widen the sit bones. Place your hands on your hips and push down to rise up again. Bend your knees, step your feet together. Inhale and touch the sky. Exhale and bow to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands forward and drop down on your knees. Knees are as wide as your hips. hands under the shoulders, walk your hands toward your knees, place your hands on your hips. Step your right foot forward. Step your right foot to the right. So check that the heel is in line with the knee, with the left knee, right heel in line with the left knee, so hips are leveled, and try to square them a little bit. Have your blocks nearby? There's a pretty good chance you're gonna use your blocks, so place a block just in case to the outside of your left knee, hands on your hips. Inhale and touch the sky. Exhale, land your right hand on the right knee, stretch the body toward that knee. Modified gate pose, modified side angle. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, land the second hand on the block or on the mat, opening the right side body. Inhale, rise with both arms. Exhale, right hand on the right knee, side bend toward the right knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, land your left hand and side bend toward the opposite knee, and see if your heart can come a little bit more toward the sky. One breath there. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, press down with your hands. You have two options here. One option, hands on your hips, is reaching your left hand to the back heel and, and stretching your right arm up so the heart faces the sky. Or if you think this option is too deep, step your right foot forward, right knee down, both hands on top of your heart, and reach the inner thighs toward one another, and then bring the tailbone slightly in, and find this variation of Ustrasana, the camel, lifting your heart up toward the sky, pushing your heart into your hands. So we go together. I take the first variation. You can take the Ustrasana variation with hands in front of your heart. So if you are like me with your legs in this modified gait, land your right hand on the right heel. Inhale, opposite arm up, and open your heart toward the sky. Find your freedom here. Inhale and go down to rise up. Press down, hands to the hips. Right foot steps forward, right knee steps down. Inhale, lift your heart and arms to the sky. Exhale, press the ear down. Inhale, it's your Anjali Mudra. So we go together with this gait, and then you can choose. Left foot forward, left foot to the side, hands to the hips. Blocks on the outside of your right knee, square the hips. Level the left heel with the left knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and side bend toward the bent knee. Side body, right side body gets longer. Heart stays open. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, land your right hand on the block or on the mat. And open your heart toward the sky. Inhale, rise. Left leg, hand, arms down, heart opens. Side bend toward the knee. Bend knee. Inhale, touch the sky. Land the second hand and stretch the second side of the body. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, press down, hands in front of your heart. Step the foot forward, step the knee down. While you choose what to do, I need to take care of my dog. Here is old. I will be back in 2 seconds. One more. We had an emergency. My dog is 15 and is really unstable on his legs. Okay, so you go back to the same pose if you want to open the heart in this modified gait, or you take your Ustrasana, again, placing the opposite hand on top of your heart. So if you had the right hand, now it's the left. Otherwise, I'll talk you through this. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, land your right hand touching the right foot. And inhale, opposite arms lift up toward the sky. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press the ear down. Inhale, hands in front of your heart. Step your left foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, reach toward the sky, lengthen. Exhale, press the ear down, hands to the hips. Spin on your knees. I think we have another emergency. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. 1 minute or 1 second. Hold on. All right. I hope I set him free. So pivot on your knees and face the front of your mat. From here, inhale, lift your arms up, touch the sky. Exhale and land your hands in front of your knees. Take care that your wrists are under the shoulders. Pause here and then find one more Anahatasana. So walk your hands forward, wider than the mat. Look in order to have your hips on top of the knees. And exhale and let your heart. One breath here. Inhale, rise up. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Right leg back, left leg back, Palakasana plank. Bend the knees, widen the sit bones. Inhale, downward facing dog. And enjoy this shape. And breathe in this beautiful, amazing shape. Bend both knees. Look to the front of the mat and walk forward. Hands to your hips, chest to the thigh, widen the sit bones, root down to rise up. Touch the sky. Press the ear down. Inhale, Anjali Mudra. And exhale and release. Ready to go one more time. Inhale, lift your arms up, touch the sky. Exhale, press the ear down. Inhale, Anjali Mudra. And release. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, fold the body forward, bowing to the earth and bowing from the hips. In hip twist, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, right leg back, set the right foot for Vira 1. Heel to heel alignment, toes facing, right toes facing the upper right corner of the mat. And inhale, root down to rise up in your Vira 1. Press the ear down, land your hands on your hips, square your hips, right hip slightly forward, left hip slightly back. Lift the inner thigh of the back leg and hug into the midline. And reach your arms forward, draw the arm bones back into the shoulder socket, touch the sky. Express the pose with your freedom. Glide your throat, back and look up, increasing a little bit your back bend. And come up. Exhale, bow to the earth. Front leg steps back, find your plank. Exhale, land with the knees or legs straight. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower down to the earth. Bend your right knee. Reach the right hand toward your right knee. Push the foot into the hand without lifting any other part of your body. See how it goes. Release down. Curl the toes. Press up. Reach back, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward. Set the back foot for your Vira 1. Toes facing the upper left corner of the mat. Place both hands on the hips. Push down and root to rise. Square your hips, right hip back, left hip forward. Inner thighs of the back leg reaching slightly back. Reach your arms in front of you. Arm bones back into the shoulder socket. Inhale, touch the sky. Descend the front thigh, keep the back thigh lifted. And reach forward. Land your hands. Step the front leg back. Find your Palakasana plank. Exhale, lower down to the earth. Inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra, bring the tailbone in. Can you breathe here? Can you find your freedom here? Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up, and downward facing dog again. Right leg up, right foot forward, spring of the back foot, halfway lift, forward fold, open the arms to the side, inhale, reach up and back, exhale, look forward, come forward, hands in front of your heart. One more time with the second leg, release the arms down by your side, inhale, reach up and back, exhale, forward fold, bow into the earth, from the hip crease you bow, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, left leg back, set the left foot for your Vira 1. Inhale, Vira 1, touch the sky. Exhale, press down, interlace your hands behind your back, lift your heart. Descend the front thigh, keep the back thigh really lifted. Release the shape and reach forward, land your hands. Front leg back, Palakasana. Breathe here, bring the tailbone in, lower down to the earth. Inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra. And release down. Bend your left knee. Reach the left hand toward the left foot. Grab the foot. Without lifting any part of the body, start to push the foot into the hand. Bring the tailbone in. Keep the opposite leg very active. And release down. Press up and back, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. One leg down. Exhale, left foot forward. Set your right foot for your Vira 1. Inhale, reach up, Vira 1. Ground the back heel, outer edge, in edge, outer edge of the back foot. And press the ear down. Interlace your hands, second favorite way. Triceps toward one another to lift your heart. Reach your hands toward the back leg. Glide your throat back. Descend the front thigh, keep the back thigh lifted. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, reach forward, land your hands. Come up on the spring of the back leg. Inhale, we go directly up this time, halfway lift. And it's a forward fold. Open the arms to the side, inhale, and rise up, touching the sky. Exhale, hands down in front of your heart. Breathe here, receive, and explore your freedom. We are moving to our peak pose today. So exhale, release your hands. I have a bolster and a blanket. I really like to use the bolster for this pose. But of course you can use it your pillow, or you can use nothing, having your hips on the mat. Or if your hip points are bothering you, you can place a blanket or a towel to support your hips. I'll show you two versions of this pose, which is the bow. So, lower down to the ground with your support or without. I'll show you without, and I'll show you the difference with the support. So you lower down on your belly. And you bring the tailbone in. Right knee, right heel to the sit bones, left heel to the sit bones. Shoulders toward one another. Widen the sit bones a little bit, lifting the inner thighs. Then reach toward your feet and push your feet into the hands. That could be the pose. There's nothing else you can do rather than pushing your feet into the hands. If you want to go deeper, you start to push the feet into your hands, and the more you push, the more your heart lifts. Tip of the shoulder blades toward one another, and then you can add your legs. This is the first version. Actually, this could be your first version, this could be your first version, or this could be the first version. Otherwise, if you have blankets or bolster, I showed you the difference. The bolster gives you the leverage to lift a little bit higher. This, or the pillow, if you have a firm pillow, the hip points, you can feel your bones, should meet the edge of the bolster. So, more or less here. My hip points are here, And the bolster, the side of the bolster is here. It's a little bit awkward to release down. Then you repeat, grabbing your feet. Start to push your feet into the hands, flex your feet. If you have an extra support, keep the thighs down, lift your heart. That's your bow. Feet are active, reach the inner thighs, the inner edges of your feet toward one another. Exhale and release. So feel free to explore one of these versions. The first, knees, keeping the whole upper body down and just pattern the body to this shape. So again, I'll show you again. This is the first. The movements are always the same. You can keep your feet flexed, hands a little bit higher, hands grabbing your heels and your ankles. This could be the shape. Or with your feet flexed, you notice that the legs are engaging more. This could be another option. And bolster under the hip points, you have just seen it. And explore your variation. However you wish to explore, however you find freedom, that's the way to explore. Couple of more minutes to see what is serving you, and you can repeat a couple of times. You can explore the 3 variations to see what is different. And then when you finish your exploration, no matter how long it took, we need in downward facing dog. Because down dog is the universal medicine for your body. So, and really explore this beautiful down dog. Make it yours, hold it. And if your hamstrings are killing you, even if we are at the end of the class, bend your knees. But now you really need to lengthen your spine after these heart openings. So go for that. One more breath. Explore your down dog one more time. Then exhale, drop your knees down. Inhale, go back to the beginning. And lift your heart. It's your purring cat. Exhale and round your spine. It's your angry cat. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, round your spine. One more time. Inhale, lift your heart. Come back to a neutral position. Open your knees wider than as wide as the mat. Fall back in your extended child and breathe here. Giving your body a break and again observing your freedom. Did you make good choices in order to set your body free? Did you overdo? Were you scared? Sometimes we are so scared that we refuse to choose because we are scared. What was your case? Inhale and rise. And you can sit on your right hip or you can cross your shins and sit with your feet in front of you. Feet as wide as the mat. Place your hands on your knees. Feet hip distance apart and parallel in front of your sit bones, in front of your hips. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, round your spine and go lower. One more time, inhale, you lift your heart. And one more time, exhale, round your spine and go lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Reach your arms forward. And swing your arms back. Place your hands down on the mat, behind your sit bones. Fingertips facing the sit bones. Inhale, lift your heart. And that could be your next pose. Or push your feet down, reach your knees forward. Lift the outer hips, lift the hips, align the neck with the rest of the spine, reverse tabletop. One breath here. Hug into the midline with the inner thighs. Exhale, lower the sit bones. You can align your sit bones, or if you want more, you can reach your sit bones back toward your hands. Rolling on the heels, coming a little bit higher. Press the knuckles down through the mat and rock forward. Inhale, one more flat tabletop. Exhale, lower the hips, reach back, legs straight, and test the power of your arms. Exhale, reach forward, flatten your feet, outer hips up. One more time. Exhale, reach back, legs straight, Come a little bit higher. Exhale, land the sit bones.
And we made it to the end. In spite of my 3 dogs, their barkings, but that's life.
So, keep your legs straight.
Oh, actually, one more pose before the end, I forgot.
So,
you can repeat the flat table, or you can reach toward full Purusvottanasana.
So keep your legs straight. Reach your arms forward. Sacrum into the body, heart lifts. Swing your arms back. Place your hands behind your sit bones a little bit wider. And then, keeping your legs straight and your heart lifted, without moving your feet, you rake your heels toward you. You lift your hips. And the goal is to touch down with the fingertip or with the toes, having your feet flat and opening your heart. Tip of the shoulder blades are reaching to the back of the heart. Align the neck with the rest of the spine. One breath there. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise. Reach your arms forward. Keep your legs down, strong legs. And go down halfway with the heart lifted. And then when you need to engage the core, roll your round your spine, belly button reaches back toward the back of your body, and slowly you lower down. Reach your arms back and overhead. Give your body a nice good stretch. Right hand, left arm, right arm. Grow longer through one side body and then the other one. Inhale, right knee to the chest, nice hug. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Drop the right arm open. Exhale, Parivartanasana, twist to the left. One breath here. Do not force. Enjoy the twist. Come back to the center. Reach your right leg straight to the sky. Exhale, lower the leg, keep it active, and keep the left leg rolling in. Inhale, left knee to the chest, nice hug. Right hand on the outside of the right knee, drop the opposite arm to the side, and Parivartanasana, twist to the opposite side, and check the difference. And find the freedom of your breath in this twist and the back bend. Inhale, reach the knee to your chest, extend the leg up to the sky, and lower the leg all the way down. And for me, you can end the class right here in Shavasana, maybe supporting the back of the legs with your bolster or with your blankets. But if there's any other shape that your body is asking you to do, I really encourage you to do that. And I'm checking again with my dog. While you explore, and then you drop down in Shavasana. And when you find your Shavasana, allow the front body to sink to the back body. The back body broadens under the weight of the front body. The eyes are softening, the jaw is relaxing. And you find the freedom of your breath, where you are letting go. Scan the body from the hips down, from the hips up, to see if there's any other thing you can do to enjoy your beautiful Shavasana.
Shavasana until the end of this conversation. Or you can decide and invite your breath deeper down into your fingers and into your toes, to stretch them, to wiggle them. Then you can reach your arms overhead to give your body a nice good stretch, followed by a nice hugging of the knees if you feel you like it. That's your freedom. Right arm over your head, roll all the way to the right, pausing there for the space of your breath. One cycle, and then press down with the left hand, keeping your legs, the top leg relaxed, and press up in a seated position of your liking, where you can express your power and your freedom. Look down to rise higher. Inhale, open the arms in a big T. Touch the sky with the fingertips. Place the hands, palms of your hands together, and exhale, lower your hands down in front of your heart. We will end the class with the sound of Om. Exhale. Inhale together. Bow your mind to your heart. Allow your mind and your heart to set you free, even in those challenging times. My wish for you is that you always be happy, healthy, and free from suffering. Namaste. Thank you everybody for the patience. Thank you for spending this hour with me. And our yoga studio, the Pineapple Yoga Studio, is struggling, as all of us, all yoga studios. So if you would like to make a donation through PayPal to the yoga studio or by gift certificate, that's the way you can help us going through these challenging times. And thank you for bearing with my dogs. I really love them. There's nothing I can do. Namaste. Ciao.